There's a statement that most people say when they make a mistake. We're only human. We make mistakes sometimes. That's what they say. They always say, well, we're not perfect. We can't perceive the future. We don't know everything. Yours truly here as well, the professor, may or may not say that myself. Yes, I don't know everything. And no, of course, duh, do I have to say it? No, I'm not perfect. But I'm bringing this up for a reason, because there is a matter at hand. And I know men have been getting kicked around for a long time, and I do an 80-20 rule. 80% of what I say is for men, 20% is for women. If they care to listen. I doubt it, but if they want to, feel free to do so. Because I'm beginning to learn that they have selective hearing most times. Therefore, I have to speak, whereas you can hear me. Because sometimes we are too dumb and deaf. So I'm going to start off with a question here. And I already told you that this is going to be based off of, and it was based off of the other audio I just created. And the audio is, God is wasteful. I promised you this, and it is here. How can you be a race of humans or people and still not know anything yet? Men have been told time and time again, since the beginning of time, that marriage isn't at its highest percentage beneficial for the modern common man today. But still, over and over and over again, you still have redundant, self-defeating, backwards walking men who still do not get the drift. You have to be completely the lowest type of man when you don't understand how you need to operate today. Men would get married once and fail. Many of them would get married twice and fail horribly. Then they get married a third time because they're so smart and so ignorant of self, so redundant of their own pattern. Well, they do it again. And I'm gonna go deep to this. I'm gonna take my time and I'm going to explain myself. So just bear with me. Bear with me as we deal with this situation. Okay? See, where this stems from, you see the title, 25 and nothing. Okay? See, men are supposed to be logical creatures, right? They're supposed to be the thought pattern of tomorrow. And again, let me remind you, this is just tough love today. This is just hard love. This is this is when your father tell you, son, I love you, but I gotta be hard on you. I know that you want to do this, and I know that you want that, and you're interested in this, but I got to be hard on you. Now, this is it. This is it. I'm on your side, but I got to keep it real. A lot of men are the biggest morons and idiots that you can ever come across, especially today. Because there are several factors in this. And again, we're going to explain it, so don't worry about it. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to say, I can actually come out with random numbers because I can extend this because guess what? I'm the professor here. I got the ability to do so and the intelligence, but I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to give you a random number, 3 high factors here. Why the common man, bozo, excuse me. I need to change my vocabulary, man, because, sometimes I just don't get it. And I can't find another word. The average boy today decides to get married for these 3 basic reasons that I'm going to describe to you. And not only does he get married, he forgets about one thing, and that's called longevity. Looking at this thing way in advance. See, I don't know how many lumps a dummy needs in order to start thinking. I don't know how many times you got to beat the side of a broken computer or a TV screen or TV box or an electronical device in order to get the open circuit to close. I don't know how many times you got to do it. I don't know how many times you got to beat on the side of something. If the wire is disconnected, you can beat it at certain times and it'll start connecting. It actually turn on. The light switch will turn on. Something will click inside of this electronic device. Yeah, you should fix it. Sure. Of course, you should fix your head case. You should go get therapy. You should go work out. Take care of yourself. Find your universe in a different matter. But you're too sensitive to do so because too many men are full of pride and they too full of stupidity. So I know you're not going to do it. Even though you know you can, you're not going to. Too much pride. We don't seek therapy like we need to. We don't seek guidance because I'll get all by myself, man. I don't need no help. I'm a man. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, yeah. I am very convinced. You taught me well. Man, you put Morpheus in his place. God, I guess I'm the dumbass, not you. Excuse me. No, but you do not look at things in advance. And I tell you all the time, look at things 10 years in advance. Look at things 10 years in advance. But when you're married to somebody, you got to look at things more than 10 years in advance. What did the marriage vows say that y'all have to sign up for? That you have to put your blood on the dotted line for? It doesn't say for a limited time offer. It doesn't say for 10 years. It doesn't say for 25 years. It doesn't say for 33 years, bozo. It says for the rest of your life. Do you not know what that means? So it means Mr. Boy, who's only full of ignorance, who wants to get married because it's a traditional ignorant thing to do. That means you have to be fully prepared to know what you're getting yourself into and do the work to make it last. Because this isn't something that's going to be a tomorrow ordeal. It's going to be a tomorrow that's going to always be an ordeal. Constantly. When you wake up in the morning and when you go to sleep, you got to keep the coals in this locomotive. They used to have steam engines, and they used to, there was some locomotive trains that you had to throw coal into the engine compartment. I never been inside one of them, and I never seen how they did it. But the story goes, because I wasn't really there, so I can only go by the story, that they had coal that they would take. They would shovel coal into this compartment of the train to keep it going. And if you were out of coal, you was out of options. Or you can even say something like on Transformers. You remember the big guy with the mustache, with the cigar that he used to smoke? Remember he fell down to the ground. What did he say? He said, out of bullets, out of options. That means you're done for. Finished. You have no more ammunition. You can't move forward. In a marriage, you have to do just that, Junior. But some of you men are just as bad as the females. You think it's going to operate on its own and going to last for 25 years plus. Are you stupid? Oh, I forgot. You are stupid. But I know your reasons behind being a fool. I get it. I understand. You know, some of you still think you need to pass on your legacy. Now, before we go down here, because I know some of you are sensitive, I understand that you men have decided to wear your mother's drawers. So I gotta be nice to you. I gotta be feminized to you. Okay, so let me change my voice a little bit. Forgive me, boy. I mean, you as a, I guess a man. Okay, forgive me for a minute here. Let me talk down here like this. Okay, how about this? Is better? So I understand how you need a woman because you're told to do so. Because your mama said, your father said, your grandparents did so, and everybody telling you to pass on your legacy, and you want to have kids because you want the experience. I get it. And, you know, the church said to do so, and your pastors and all that, and you want to scale up in your corporate plantation, so you got to get married in order to have some type of representation that you are of some quality. Shows what type of man you are, that you need approval from somebody else. But hey, you decide to sign up for it because you are a man. So forgive my language. Let me come at you the way you want me to. So you do it anyway, and you find out later on down the road, a hard road, 25 years or even 33 years later, that you are signing up for a divorce. And you'll say this. This is what y'all say. I know what you say. Well, it's just our time. It was just for a temporary time. You know, some people just aren't meant to be together for the rest of their lives. This is just the way that it is. You know, we just broke apart. We fell apart. We had our fun. We're both best friends. We decided to go our separate ways because, you know, that's just the way life works. I don't know who you think is stupid like you are. The marriage vows said forever, basically. To death do you part. Not till you have conditions. To death. And you talk about, well, you know, I can't stay with him, with her, because it's just an abusive relationship. It's just no good for us. You know, you just couldn't get along, and we tried to go to marriage counseling, and it just didn't work out. And excuse. Take your donkey funny buck tooth self back in your barn and get right back in your stall and stay stupid as you want to, because that's yours. You signed up for it. Because you don't. Y'all, let me stop, because y'all don't get it. I'm gonna go forward. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and take the gloves off on this, because y'all know I ain't gonna be nice to you today. I'm not gonna be nice to you. Y'all need this, and I'm gonna help you. You forget as men, boys, that things change. That cute little dolphin that's laying next to you will eventually become a walrus. And they become a walrus maybe sooner or later. But the tall tale sign that they've been doing terrible, incredible, and embarrassing things in their past is if they transform into a walrus sooner than later. Not only do things change that way, you change. Your energy is going to change. Your direction is going to change. Your idea of life is going to transform, mutate, and change, or transmute, or transfer to something else. That's the way it works. And what you guys will do, because I know this often, I told you, I travel, I go places, I meet these women. I'm gonna tell you what's going on. I'm gonna go ahead and expose your ass. Listen, I'm trying to be nice. Let me calm down here. Let me calm down. before I open up that barn house, and you're gonna see the black stallion. Try to be nice. Women, listen to me by the sound of my voice. 9 out of the 10 men who are married that I go bowling with, I shoot pool with, that I go golfing with, that we talk about real estate, we talk about business, and we travel. Listen, women, these men talk about everything else but you. They talk about everything else but you. They will flirt with the waitress. They will talk sweet nothings to the strange girl who's walking past. They'll look at the woman's bosom, her gluteus maximus, and they will comment on it, ladies. They are going to comment on it. And when they do this, I'm standing there looking at them in awe. Why? It's not because he's a man. Listen. Remember, men and women are two different people altogether. Men can go places, flirt with other girls, even get in bed with other girls and come back home to his wife and probably love her. He can do that because that's his nature to do so. But that's not why I'm staring at him. I stare at this moron simply because he should have known this before he got married to you. He should have known this already. Why would a dude get married, get associated with a woman by completing the circle of the traditional marriage, promising her everything? He didn't tell this girl. These dudes do not tell their wives that they are polygamous, that they want to be with them and be with other people. They don't explain honesty to their wives. They will make their wives think that they're committed and faithful and honorable and all this type of stuff. When they leave the house, ladies, they're not faithful to you. They're not. And these type of guys disgust me. And that's what I'm talking about today. They disgust me. Why? Why did he bother me so much? Because they are not honorable and they are liars, and real men tell the truth up front. And I'm going to expand on that in just a little bit. Real men, real forthgoing, worthwhile, high value men are going to be honest with his wife or his woman and say, guess what? Yeah, you can jump on board if you want to. You know, we're going to do the thing, whether it may be marriage or long-term relationship. But I got to be honest with you, every now and then, I like to get a cookie from a different brand, from a different cookie jar, from a different manufacturer, from a different baker. You know, if it's not Nabisco's, chocolate chip cookies, I want some Oreos. If not Oreos, it's going to be wheat thins, or if not wheat thins, it's going to be wafers. If it's not wafers, it's going to be a different strange shape of cookie. But I'm going to do it, but I'm going to come back home. But if you're okay with that, if you're all right with that, okay, I'll be respectful. You may never know anything about it, but I'm going to still maintain the home and I'm still going to pay the bills. These guys don't do that. They don't tell her anything like that up front. What they'll do is they'll be dishonorable. They'll lie to you. They'll fake the funk to make you think that he's only donkey dunking with you, that you're the only milk that he dips his cookie in, or reverse. He's the only milk that women dip their cookie in, I guess you want to put it that way. But Lord have mercy. No, they don't need your mercy. They're fools. Go ahead and let them have the full lodge of pain. Anyhow, what they'll do is they go out there, they'll play the field, they will flirt with women, donkey dunk with them, whatever else they want to do in the hotels, whatever they do out of town and things like that. Then they come back home and say, baby, I missed you.
What are you doing? Everything is okay. How's the kids? How are you? I've been FaceTiming you every now and then. While the other girls lay next to him, I'm FaceTiming you. No, you was the only one I was thinking about. She's the only woman in my world. What do you think? Well, I'm not out there doing nothing. You know, I was just with the boys. You know, Alpha Morpheus, he's just, he's a cool guy. You know, he don't have no girls around him. Liar. Liar. Anybody who knows me by now, if I'm going to go somewhere, you're going to see my girls with me, or 2 or 3 of them, or 1 of them, or 2 of them, or all 3, or maybe 1. No, it's going to. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to her. Oh, he don't have women around him, and his women don't have other women. We're just going to go out to a friendly game of basketball. Come home. I've been looking at this dude like, why the hell are you lying to your wife? Be honest with her and be a man and be forthgoing. Stop playing with her. But we're going to get to the meat of this. Why do men do it? First of all, women can't handle the truth. That's number 1 right there. Second of all, he's a bozo because men aren't generally honest because they're not made to be, because they're boys trying to be men. Okay? They try to pretend to be players and they want to play the field and be non-monogamous without you knowing, so they can get away with it, because if they tell you, you're going to be appalled when he come home, pale face. You're going to take the kids and his ring and flush it down the toilet or sell it to the nearest pawn shop. And they've been playing these childish games ever since they was 16 years old or 17. So they never known how to get out of it. They perhaps might make more money. They probably grew up in their career or their corporation or their business, and maybe they're an entrepreneur, but it doesn't matter. They still didn't grow up as a man to understand how to affiliate himself with you the right way. So they will lie to you, and I got to sit here and witness this every single time with these bozo betas. And it's trifling, and it is definitely disgusting, because I never lied to my woman. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to let her know ahead of time. She's not going to play the fool. As a matter of fact, before I started getting with my girls, how I was able to reduce it down to my die-hard, ride or die soldier companions that I have, I had to filter out the rest of them, the majority. I had to go through plenty of them. But I said, hey, I'm not going to be monogamous. I got to always have women around me. They're always around me. And, we'll see where you line up at. If it works out well, maybe you will get to that place where you want to be. Until then, I'm going to test you. I'm going to put you to a filtering mechanism. I'm going to see if you can handle the test of times. Then if you can handle the test of times, if you can handle who I am as an alpha, if you understand how my life operates, you just may get the seat naturally. You put yourself, as a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, listen, especially you women, you put yourself in the seat. I don't put you there. A wise, this is a woman who said this years ago. An older woman told me this. She said, either you have it or you don't. She was talking about vibe. As a matter of fact, women are vibe and energy. She said, either you have it or you don't. So when it comes to the women who's going to be in that proper seat, it's the same thing. That's a principle that I keep in mind and in spirit. Either she has it or she don't. I present my facts. I tell her who I am, what it's going to be. Either she's going to say, no, I'm not down with it. Or she might say, okay, let me hang on and see what's going on. Let's date for a while and see how this is going to operate. Or she'll say, you know what, I'm down for it. Whatever you throw at me, I can take it. And usually the girls who are with a Teflon mind and Teflon spirit and a Teflon position, guess what? They become that number one on their own because they chose it for themselves. They was ambitious enough to say, no, I'm not like the rest of these bozo, weakling, passive, manipulated, feminist so-called women. I am the one. And I'm going to prove it to you just by being here. And I'm going to ride with you. I'm going to ride without you. And I'm going to ride next to you. And when you're not riding, I'm not going to ride. When you fall off, I'm going to fall off. When you fly, I fly. When you hit the wall, I'm going to hit the wall with you. Because I'm going to prove to you that I am dedicated for that number one spot. For that number one cause. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it. And by the way, while we're on this subject, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there.
I am not a slut maker. You don't know what I have been through to get to where I am today. You have no idea what type of blood, sweat, and tears, self-improvement, self-suffering, and self-discovery it required me as a man to live this type of life, to talk the way that I talk, and to be with the girls that I am with. It is not easy. These girls aren't floozies. They're not loose, nor are they 304s. And I wish you would call me up and tell me that. I wish you would insult them. They are top notch and they are quality. They are the chosen ones. And by choice, they decide to do this. So let's get the facts straight before you start putting dumb stuff down there in the comment box because you're a loser. Because all you can do is have one woman because that's your power. That's your length of popularity. That's the only ability that you have as a man. Don't come trying to attack me and attack my personality, my character, and say, oh, you're just loose. You're non-traditional. You're a slut maker and you're no good for the future and you're ruining these women. Why don't you just go ahead with one woman? Just because you are a one-track mind, passive, thumb-sucking loser don't mean that I and every other decent man is like you. I had to learn how to appreciate myself, and I had to learn how to respect my nature as a man and not lie to these women like you do. I have taken so many losses, it's not funny. There's been times where, as a matter of fact, how about this, bozo? I was just like you. One woman at a time, one boat at a time, traditional marriage bullshit like you. And it never worked out. It was always playing on her field, on her football field, playing her game, playing it her way and her choice. So I lost because just like you, the genius who gets signed up in a marriage who's going to be divorced anyway, 80% of the time because you're so smart and sucking on lollipops at the same time, you feminists. Let me stop. Let me go stop. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm telling you. Calm down, Black Stallion. Stop. Come back down. Calm down. There it is. Stop. Listen. Because you choose to limit yourself. That was your choice. I chose not to limit myself, and I've taken losses because of it. I've been put down because of it, but I still pressed forward because I seen my goal. And because of my ambition and my goal, these girls that I have respect it. They honor me because I honor myself. They honor me. They appreciate and understand me because I appreciate and understand myself. Any self-hating man, any unambitious, non-passionate, lazy couch potato, tomato-eating, buck-toothed, twisted, four-eyed, self-distorted, reduced, backwards walking, receding lifestyle, pudgy, pig-ass dude, women do not respect you. Because you don't respect yourself. They realize that I am not like that. They understood that I am the man that I am to be, that I want to be, and that I am supposed to be, and not letting anybody hinder me or stop me or restrict me for any tradition or mind-blocking situation or programming that you have available in your society, and these women love it. They don't see a simp punk like you. They see a leader and an alpha and somebody who can protect them and provide them through the heavy storms, unlike yourself. So go sit your ass down somewhere. Go sit down, put dummy on your forehead, and face the corner like you're doing anyway. Now let's get back on track. If you want to start acting a fool, act a fool all you want to. So men, getting back to the subject here. Now the black stallion has calmed down. Gotta let the black stallion vent just a little bit. Let it go ahead and kick the barn. Go ahead. I gotta replace the wall anyway, almost every day. It's all right. Y'all don't vet your women out. You do not put them to test and trial. And another thing that happens, see, look at your common relationship or your marriage like a bird. Look at a woman like a bird. When she's in her youth, when she's like 22, 23, put it like that, she's flying everywhere, practically. No, she's flying. She's flying out in the streets. She's flying in the club, girls' night out, summertime. And most times she don't even know too much of her self-value or her self-worth. So she's going to be put in all kind of contorted situations because she's going to fly there. No stability. How much does she know? How much can she know at that age? Especially with most of the mothers who telling her, oh, don't worry about it, man. Have your fun. Never settle down. So she's going to be flying everywhere. That's the time where you need to catch her. That's the time where she needs to be somewhere that's stable because she's of a higher quality. And so what you dudes do, boys, excuse me, you will wait for this girl to have her fun, fly around from nest to nest, picking up twigs from nest to nest, going around with every other type of contortion, getting some type of STD, getting pregnant, going through the abortion phases, going through the 304 phase, where you're nowhere in sight. And then guess what she's going to say? I had my fun. I'm ready to settle down. And I'm here to be serious, and I'm not here to play games. And so what she'll do is she's looking for a nest now. She's looking for a nest, and she's looking for another bird of her kind who's going to help her bring kids like herself into this existence. That's the majority of them. So you're not getting her in her prime, you're getting her in her decline. When she starts to go downhill, then of course she wants to put all her eggs in one basket, practically. Works out perfectly in this story, right? She wants to put all her eggs in one basket finally and find you, the redundant soft beta, to say, I do, with your leftovers after you done had fun and you flew all over the place. I want you here. And guess what y'all do? Y'all be settled right there with this one way, one-itis, one-side thinking, passive, weak, limited, fractured, broken, most likely distorted, convoluted relationship with this woman who you're going to constantly try to put the pieces together, patch it together, put new parts on this old car, revamp the inside, renew it all over again, replace bolts, nuts, and transmissions because you are an idiot of a man. Yeah, I said it. You know, I told my girls this story that I don't want expired cheese or things out of date. I don't go to a restaurant and wait for them to have cooked the food already, boiled or baked all the bread and let it sit there on the table for 24 hours and then tell me, hey, it's ready. It's ready. Here it is. That's what you dudes do. That's what y'all do. You know, they'll make the food already early in the morning. Make the stew, the spaghetti, the whatever you got on your plate, steak, eggs, bacon, whatever. And they'll put it right there on the table, and it's a time clock. Click, clock, click, clock. The girl's turning 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 years old. Okay, she's ready. She's ready. Okay, it's 11 o'clock at night. Your food is ready, but it's been sitting there on the table all damn day. And then you say, oh, this is good meal. And you eat it, and you wonder why your marriage is sick. Dummy. Dummy. Y'all allow this stuff to happen. This is why this audio is for you. See, you bring this into the 25-year mark and you struggling. You're trying to patch up the pieces together. Now, I hear what some of you uneducated is saying. I hear you. I know what you say. Oh, if she's 23, she's 24, she's inexperienced. She don't know anything, and she's trying to develop herself, and you want to come along and okay. You know what? Just sit back, shut your mouth, and study the statistics for yourself. Go ahead and sit back and look at the divorce laws and look at the divorce cases and how many times people stay together longer than 5 years. And the ones who've been together for 25 years, it's worse. It's one thing for you to divorce after 5 or 6 years, but when you listen, child, when you spend 30 years in a marriage and then you fall off the bandwagon, that's a long time, ladies and gentlemen. That means you didn't look at things ahead of time. You wasn't preparing for the longevity of the possibilities because you was too stuck on stupid. Because you got, and here's the reality of it. Now, you can say 30 years ago, things were different. Yep, you're right. 30 years ago, there was no Instagram, there was no Facebook, Twitter. There wasn't any of the heavy, unnecessary distractions that women have today. But remember the vows. To have, to hold, for good, for sickness, for better. And I understand it's not all about your happiness, it's about obligation, but you decided to have a child. You decided to go down that path. You signed up for the extraneous parts of the marriage. You did that. Nobody told you to do it. You did. It is possible, and I told you before, and I'm still standing by it, regardless of your so-called dating coaches and those who think they know something about dating. There is a such thing as soulmating. It is. There is a such thing as bonding with this person where you are inseparable. You cannot depart from each other. And it can be a notebook type of thing. But I'm not going to sit up here and talk about rainbows and unicorns right now because y'all not ready for it. You can't even get past the basic dating phase. So I'm not going to give you high hopes and goals to reach if you can't make it yourself. I made my own goals. You got to know how to reach it and make it happen. So me telling you that it's possible and yeah, it can be there, ain't going to make a difference if you're not trying to make it actual and manifest it. Too many meatheads in this new society, in this new social construct that we have. I'm not going to help you with your stupidity. Be dumb on your own. Or stupid on your own. So when you're together for that long, how could you not have already molded yourself with that person? You've been with them for too long. What happens is you have painful obligations. You have painful responsibilities that you can't break away from. That you have to concoct yourself. You have to coerce yourself. You have to deceive yourself as to, that's just what I have to do. That's my obligation, and that's my responsibility. While you're standing there, teeth hanging out of your mouth, big eyes, buck tooth, looking like a zombie. This is what I have to do. This is what I'm supposed to do for 25 years. Then why don't you find a way, genius, who graduated from Harvard, to mend your piece together even more perfectly? Because the more you stay, the longer you're together, it should be a stronger mold. It should be a stronger niche. It should be better. It should be like fine wine. But it's not, because what did I tell you? What did you do? You didn't get this girl when she was flying around. You got this girl when she just finally, oh, I'm done. Okay, let's settle. Because if you get this, and this is bad. Okay, let's say that you did get this girl. Both of y'all grew up together. That's your best friend. You were 19, she was 19, or you was 21 and she was 19. Whatever okay, yeah, you got the girl, she was flying around. You failed, sir. You are a fallen soldier, and I leave no respect, I have no concern, and I have no love for fallen soldiers. That means you obligated yourself You needed to study, just like you do in the newspaper, like what men used to do. Sit in the kitchen, eat their toast, drink coffee, and they look at the newspaper and they read what's going on in the world as a logical man. You should have been doing that when you was 19, 20, 21, 22, because you signed up for marriage. You thought you was grown enough to do so, so you grown enough to protect your establishment like the lion protecting the lioness, or the lion protecting his herd. You're supposed to sit out there and you're supposed to look abroad and look at the possible conditions to protect your ass. Duh, dummy. That's your job. So because you didn't do it every day, you got lackadaisical, you became feminized, you start wearing her panties and she start wearing your underwear, your boxers, your briefs, you failed yourself. And so over time, instead of you crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and polishing the relationship of your marriage, you let it slide downhill to the point where she disrespect you. She don't love you no more. She don't honor you no more. She don't want to donkey dunk with you no more. You sleeping your funny behind on the couch and she's on the bed, and you know she's flippy flappy with some other dudes and people. You don't care because you have your little mistresses on the side too for 25 or 30 something years with your funny looking genius ass. Oh yeah, you're smart. You're smart. When you should have knew what you got yourself into. It is not rocket science. It isn't. This isn't like building another smart TV with your bare hands. It's not trying to understand the algorithms of existence. If it's important to you, you protect it, you provide for it, you prevent damage, you prevent obstruction, you prevent the idiocy that other people have endured. You research what's going on with other people's marriage and how it fails, and you apply those same measures or others or preventative measures to your own. But because you never thought like that, guess what? Now, 25 years later, instead of becoming soulmates, instead of being bonded forever, instead of staying together like you're supposed to, guess what you do? You'll fall eventually in a great divorce. You'll fall apart from each other. Y'all have y'all special people on the side, or you become swingers. You have wife swapping, or you just have these group donkey dunk situations, because that's the only thing that's going to save you and your ignorant decisions from your own failure. You are a very smart and incredible person. It makes no sense to be with somebody for 30 years and all of a sudden you want to jump off the boat. But this is what y'all do to each other. This is how you love each other. And if you know this possibility, you need to start building your bridge ahead of time. Understanding why it's happening to others, understanding why it happens anyway, and do what you can, but you get too soft. So when I discuss my situation with my companions, and I'm not trying to say you can be like me, I'm just telling you my situation. So it's not the kettle calling the pot black or something of that nature. I tell them, if I consider you to be at that measure or that sort of commitment, it's a done deal. There's no changing course. And especially if this girl is only one woman, one monogamous person, now you really got to be, you make yourself obnoxious and nauseated with your stupidity. You do that to yourself. Because now you limited your manhood. Now you have no other options. Now, eventually, you're not going to want to eat that same cold, tasteless bowl of spaghetti every single day of your life. You're going to want some type of croutons and other breadsticks or things that come along with it. Side salads and jello and pies or cake. You're gonna want that. You may not even want that spaghetti. You might just want to go for the salad, or you might just want to go for the cheesecake or the brownie on the side and forget the rest of it. But no, y'all so smart because you are a man with pride. This is what I'm supposed to do. You settle down with this spaghetti and think you're gonna be good for the rest of your life, and you wonder why you have to find a fling somewhere else or some other chick. Are you looking at other women when you go out somewhere golfing and things of that nature? You did it to yourself. If I go out there golfing in other places like I usually do, and my girls see me looking at somebody else, she go like, yeah, that's what he does. I get it. Yeah, he told me this. Yeah, I respect that. But, I'm here. He'll come back home to me. He told me this. I'm aware. I'm not going to get mad and slap him. I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm not going to sit up there and embarrass him in front of everybody in public. As a matter of fact, she won't do it anyway because she respects me. But anyhow, if she were to ever do that, like your companions and your wives do you, she'll have no interest of doing that because she's been told ahead of time. So, oh yeah, okay, I get it. Just be good, don't disrespect me and all that. However, you guys don't do it. You lie. Send your wife at home and you go and have fun, and karma comes and bites you in your narrow ass eventually with divorce, with alimony, with child support, with breaking a 40-year contract, 30-year contract, 25-year contract, 15-year contract, and you're sitting there in the courtroom looking stupid. Bucktooth, eyes crossed, dirty shirt, wrinkled pants on, broken pocket, broken mind, ignorant mindset, modified, programmed saint. Because you ain't who you think you are. But I tell you who you are. You are a person who disrespected yourself. You debased yourself. You limited yourself. You failed yourself. You signed up. It was obvious, always obvious in the westernized civilization, that you should not even think about marriage today in the West, in the modern world. And if you know that the modern world is different than what it used to be, it's more a precursor of destruction. It's a swamp. Then that means the way it used to be in 1950, 1960, 70, 80, and 90, you need to get sharper, better, and stronger because the war is stronger. You come out with more ammunition, with more devices and protection to provide the means of sanctity for your marriage, bozo. What does that mean? What is it that you need? Knowledge and information and understanding how things operate today. But y'all give up and think it's going to work on its own. And you wonder why after 40 years she want to go right back out there and shake her thing. And she's saying, oh, 50 is the new 30. Because you allowed it to happen because you are, sir, because you are a man. What a joke. I hope you're satisfied with yourself. I hope you're satisfied with yourself. You want to know the definition of a marriage today? You want to know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. An arrangement. That's all it is. It's an arrangement. And it's a financial contract, but it's generally an arrangement. And so y'all functioning together as actually roommates when you're together, and you call it a marriage. But let me go on to these things. And I promised you 3 things. The reason why. Number 1 is some men don't know how to be alone. They can't be alone. They still need mom's nipples to drink from because they can't procure their own nutrition. They can't procure their own milk, so they need mama's milk. They can't be alone, so they'll say, well, let me go ahead and get married, jump over the broomstick, and we do this. Now let's talk about something else. Financial dependency. Now this is going to be a big one right here. Meaning we are better together than apart. Yeah. Every man needs it's good to have a woman around. Women are wonderful, yes. When they are in their potential, when they are performing well, it is good to have a woman around. There's nothing wrong with that. But however, there is a catch-22 with this, a very bad catch-22. A lot of men don't see it that way. Most times it's the dependency where they need this woman to help him financially, physically, or to stabilize his life. So we're going to talk about that. I know you notice there's a difference. It started raining outside in my studio, so I had to come in here on the inside of my house so I can finish this audio. So it sounds a little differently, and I'm not going to let it distract me outside. So I'm inside now, and we're going to finish the conversation that we were having, because this message needs to be sent out to you men to think things over and think things 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times before you decide to make a decision. And don't let other people persuade you because it's traditional or because it's the religious thing to do. So as I was saying, the second thing of why men decide to get married is financially. Meaning there are some men who need financial support. There are some men who get themselves in situations where there may be a very few, I didn't say all, a few women who's willing to hold down the bill at least for a little while, at least for a couple of years. And not only that, but she brings somewhat of a financial dollar into the relationship in one form or the other. Maybe she buys things, maybe she buys groceries, maybe she may pay the light bill, maybe she may provide half of the mortgage or the rent, maybe she will buy him some shoes, maybe she'll buy him some clothes. There is women out there, yes it is. I know it, I've seen plenty of them. We're going to talk about them in just one moment. So what happens is there are some men who get comfortable right there, and they forget that they are supposed to be the man. Meaning, well, I'm not going to say that's what they're supposed to be, because that's going to go against, there's going to be contradiction towards some of the audios that I have, because I know I broke that down too. But I'm going to say it will be better for him to be in the role of leadership. It will be better for him to be financially stable. It will be better for him to have his own and have her be in her feminine and him be the logical, more providing, more protective energy in that relationship. Okay? We got it right, didn't we? Now, see, there are some guys who they get locked away for a while. They'll be in prison, but I mean locked up. They'll be in prison, they'll be incarcerated, and they'll need a place to stay when they get out. So if their girl held it down for them, he eventually is going to come live with her. Okay? Or if he's in jail for a while, he loses his job, he loses his fortress and his money and his standings and status, guess where he goes? She may have a place of her own. And not only that, she might be making more money than what he used to make. And she might be the breadwinner in the relationship. So where is he? He's donning the bib. He's taking care of the baby. He's vacuuming the floors. He's playing you could say, because it's globally, we understand this, he's playing the woman's role. Or, here we go, commonly known, I don't need your back talking and your stupidity. Trust me, I've been around, I know about what I'm talking about. Commonly known as a woman's position to take care of the light duty of the home. Did you see how I put that? The light duty. The commonly known cooking, cleaning, taking care of the drapes and taking care of the babies, changing the diapers, doing the nursing, going to get the groceries, cooking the food, things of that nature is commonly known for women. And still today, well, I ain't gonna go there. I'm not even gonna do it. No. That subject is not gonna come into this study today. I'm going to leave what I was getting ready to say alone. I'm going to let y'all fill in the blanks on that one. Moving on. Okay? See, too many men think that women are like men. That they're going to provide for a long time. That they can depend on women no matter what. That she's going to hold it down. It's always going to be temporary. It's for a short amount of time. She's going to help and try. She's going to try to pull that truck. But she's going to get exhausted. She's going to get tired because by nature, it's not her role, even though she can do it. Okay? Even though it's possible, even though some have done it and they do it for a long time. But women get burnt because a lot of these redundant, self-defeating men, they get comfortable and they don't try to do better for themselves. And they allow her to continue to lead the heavy load. And it should be the reverse, whereas she's living in his house, he should not be living in her house. If he lives in her house, he has to abide by her rules, which is almost like putting the cart before the horse. It's no pun against women. This is not saying that you're not capable of leading in any degree. And I'm not saying that it is always going to be the cart before the horse. Sometimes that's just the way it is, meaning sometimes she becomes the horse that pulls the cart because he's not man enough, because he's too soft, because he, again, the word redundant. He depletes himself. He depletes himself of his role and his obligation to himself as a man or as a leader. See, what men need to understand is this. Let me give you a real life fact. One of my girls was playing with me, and she said something I'm gonna share with you. And I want you to think about this. She said, baby, you know I love you, right? I said, I know you do. I know. You know I respect you. And, you know, I like my sister. I ain't gonna say what she calls them because it's none of your business. But anyway, she calls them something else. She said, yeah, I love my, how can I put it? This is put like this. I like what we have going on, and it's fun. I enjoy them and you. Okay. Yeah, I never imagined this would happen. I thought it was odd, but hey, now that it's here, it's better than what I ever thought it could ever be, and I would never change my path. And I will be with you no matter what your situation is. If you are down, I will come and support you and help you. And so if you lost your house and everything that you have, your real estate, your standings and your status, and I had a home, would you come and live with me? Ladies and men, listen, men, let me tell you what I told her. You remember that movie, The Color Purple, when Oprah was talking to that white guy, and I don't know who it was. It was probably, I think it was the white guy himself. He said, "Don't you talk to a white man like that." And Oprah looked in his face, because she said, "Hell no," right? And she looked in his face again, and she said, "Hell no." That's exactly what I did to my girl. I love her. Listen, she's everything. They are everything. They are my life, okay? But I had to tell her this. I said, I am not going to live with you. I will, listen carefully, I will die first before I live underneath your roof, in your rules, and underneath your obligatory principles. It is either my way, or I'd rather die than to be underneath your principles. Some men don't look at things like that. Women will say whatever that they want to say in that moment. They will tell you, give you promises, and, oh, I love you, I respect you, I'll take care of you, yeah, you can depend on me, and I got your back, I got your back, I got your back. And too many men will stand by that. They will accept it, because I don't use the word believe. It's stand by or accept, you see? And what will end up happening is they'll live with this girl, and she's going to think and feel as if she is raising a grown boy. And indeed, ladies and gentlemen, she is. So yeah, I may have the reins of the horse now. Things in our companionship may be okay. They may respect me right now, and I am absolutely 120% sure if something happened to me, they're going to come and they're going to rescue. They're going to fix. I am sure. I can tell you that right now. I can put it out there and say, if there's beef, they're not going to let you get away with it. They're not going to let you get away with it. They're not. They find target and they're going to go get it, and it's going to be case closed. So I know they're going to be there. I know that they're ride or die. Period. But as a man, as knowing how the world operates and nature. Once the story is flipped on the other side, everything will be lost. The empire will crumble. So there's too many men who don't see it that way. They will go and move in with their woman's house. Her name is on the lease. Her name is on the bills. She owns the house or the apartment. When things go down, sir, who's going to get kicked out? You idiot. When there is what needs to be done, when you try to lead, she gonna look at you like you're a joke because you're in her castle now. You're on her playground now. She can tell you to shape up or ship out. She's gonna tell you to man up or leave. You can't be the macho man or the head of what you survey when they have their names on the dotted line. As a matter of fact, it can be trust, but I'm not going to talk about this until that's going to be another audio, so I'm not going to jump on that. I was getting ready to switch the topic, and I'm not going to do it. Okay. Anyhow, it's not a good position for a man to be in. And a lot of men, they stay stuck right there, and they plant their seeds there. They will bring about children with this girl in her house, in her apartment, underneath her rule, and eventually these men find themselves out on the street. They find themselves in the man's shelter downtown somewhere. They find themselves in a unbalanced, distorted, non-caring environment because most people don't care about men anyway. But you didn't care about yourself because you was the idiot that put the cart before the horse. So even if my girls are tough enough to be by my side, and if there was a bull that was trying to attack me, they will attack the bull first. They will stand in front and wrestle this bull for me. I know they will do it. But still, I am not going to close my eyes. I'm not going to turn my back, and I'm not going to change the narrative of what I should do if I'm going to stay in the position of leadership. So it's either live free or die trying. Do you understand? And some of you men have no honor to yourself, and a lot of these women know you don't, so they're going to treat you at your beta level because you are a beta. Because you have no honor to yourself, you have no self-control, you don't know how to control your vanilla sausage. So guess what she'll do? She's going to treat you at your level. You're going to act like a macho man, she's going to treat you like you're a macho man. You're going to act like you just rich and you got your, what do you call that? You got high status and you're a financially stable man. She's going to treat you at that level. You disrespect yourself, she's going to disrespect you. You put yourself in a certain compromised position, sir. No, excuse my French once again. Boy, you're going to be compromised. So that's the second thing. The third thing, I know some of the numbers was probably off, but that's okay. These are the major ones, okay? Okay? The third thing, again, tradition. Because church told you to. Because your mommy told you to. Because people are used to seeing that. Because they expect for that to happen. Really? How ignorant are we today? Don't you realize this is the 2020s? This is not 1990 anymore. Are you a dodo bird or what? What the hell are you? The rules have changed. The game is different. There's a different way that we have to operate in relationships. But you men still sign up for it in these rotten times. And you're not, see, it would be different if you were signing up the right way with those who you have put through the test of trial, and you're comfortable with limiting yourself, and you don't mind making grandeur of sacrifices to be with this one girl. Fine. Now, do so. That would be a different story. But you guys just signed up just to be signed up because church told you to. Your religion told you to. System told you to. The way the world operates is expected of you in your position, your career. And you know what happens to these men every single day, every day on your dumb phone that you don't pay attention to because you don't read, nor do you see things because you don't want to pay attention. You see what you want to see. That's why nobody cares about you because you don't care about yourself. You see this. And every other asset of your life is the same as you are. A loser. I can't make it more clear. I can't make it more basic than that. Because you're supposed to know better by now as a logical male. This is why women are climbing over some of you men, because y'all switch roles. Because you're sensitive and you hate yourself. You don't protect yourself. You don't look out for yourself. You don't stay the line in your field and you look 12 to 10 kilometers ahead. You sit there and paint your toenails and your fingernails. You sit down with your face in your dumb phone instead of looking ahead at this train coming towards your direction. And you'll still sit there like a cow sitting in the middle of the train track and get your funny buck-tooth self ran over. It makes no damn sense for you to sign up for a 20, 25, 30, 15, or 10-year marriage and it fails. You've been doing it for 10 years. Why are you dropping off now? My girls laugh at this foolishness. We sit down and drink wine and laugh at y'all stupidity. But another man falls and we're like, that's what you get because you're stupid. Because you don't get the game. I have no remorse for your ignorance. Don't come crying to me. Don't come, I need some information. What do you do, Morpheus? And what's your idea? No, dummy. You got an iPhone, you got a smartphone, you got an Apple phone, you got LG, you got Samsung. You know, you got these crazy GXAs or whatever else that you can put your hands on, and you still don't get the drift. You still talking about, well, very married in the bird, because that's what the church said, because I'm a man, and I can hold myself together, and I want to procure this one girl, because that's all I got. Because that's the extent of my manhood, because I'm a man. That is my power, my God, to have to hold for sickness and for the conditions that I put myself in. Let me get fleeced because I want to be. I'm a dummy. I'm going to go ahead and give her a couple of millions because I'm just going to give it to her. Could you imagine what you could have been doing for 30 years if you knew that you was going to be cut off at a certain time? Did you imagine what you could do 15, 10 years instead of being with this girl who you are suffering to try to please? I get it that marriage isn't all about, again, happiness and your own venture, your own journey. It's an obligation and responsibility for your kids and your family. I get it. But you dummies bury yourself. Nobody told you to do it. You go further. You get married, fine. Now you have kids, you're finished for 18 years. Oh, you're smart, Mr. Harvard grad. You're smart. And then you talk about, whoa, men need to man up and get respect around here. No, you don't respect yourself, bozo. Why should we? You're supposed to know better by now. No, hell no. No, eat your dirt, take your humble pie, okay, and, camp out on the side of the sidewalk. Don't be stupid alone. Don't bring anybody else down to your level. If you're going to do it 100%. If you're not going to, you need to make sure there's ways to survive, man. There's ways to do it. But not through marriage. All kind of ways to do it. But you signed up for it and you fleeced man number, what's that? 30 million today. Fleeced. Because you're that slow. And then y'all give all your energy in your life to that. And wonder why there's no success. Wonder why you're still going through what you're doing in the manosphere today. The whole point of this message is this. If you're going to get married, men, hold on, let me do this. Let me go ahead and correct myself. Let me see if I got this right. Okay, it's not here. That's fine. If you're going to do it, there's no backing out of it. It's done. It's finished. There shouldn't be no flirting. You shouldn't be trying to be with some other girl, something like that. You decide to get married. You set yourself up for failure like that. But if you're going to do it, honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. I get exhausted seeing these big head, rotten teeth, nappy head, dysfunctional, got sleep on the side of their eyes and drool on the side of their mouth. Their clothes is crooked, wrinkled shoes are mismatched, and their socks got holes in it, standing there while we playing sports, doing pool, or out and about. And every other girl that they see, practically every girl they see is what they want instead of his wife at home. And then when I ask them, why did you marry her if you're gonna do all this? Well, a pimp's gotta do what a pimp gotta do. That's just what I do. And I ask her, well, how would your wife feel and think to see you do that? I don't know, man, she's gonna kick my butt. Yeah, she's gonna take you because you living in her house, Mr. Scary Carrie, and your little bitty jar of dirty socks in your closet with only 2 jackets in it and the keys that probably belong to her, and your little bitty milk cartons with your little bitty items in there because the whole house belongs to her. She's gonna put that stuff on the side of the curb and tell you to get your funny, bunny, funky, redundant self out of her house. Because you are. And that's where you belong, because that's where you made your bed. You know full well she's going to kick you out. So you have to do this stuff behind her back instead of manning up. Be honest with her and be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I'd rather be out on the street than to be underneath your rule and your power. I'm going to be a man, and I'm going to go down in flames as a man instead of stand there and disrespect myself, eat the humble pie that's going to make me sick and put me in a compromised position where I'm going to suffer for the rest of my life. Because there's honor to yourself amongst anything else. You need to be truthful to yourself amongst anything else. You need to know as a man, you can polish your man skills and be strong enough to be the leader if you do come across a fair or a decent relationship that you can be compatible for. You can't do that without practice or without a lineage of your own strength. Practice of being able to be honorable to you. Okay, you want everybody else to be honorable to you. I kicked your funny ass out too. And hope the storm ain't on your funny nappy head. Receding hairline. Too many. And then what makes it bad is these are the men who complain, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the first men to complain, oh man, I'm tired, I need some space and I can't go nowhere, and hating on everybody on social media. Mad that his life is in shambles, that he ain't getting nowhere, he's a bus driver. They're the first ones, but yet they did nothing to honor themselves, and you want women to respect you. Get the hell out of here. Come on, these women are rotten. They just treat us bad. They don't respect us. Yeah, okay, you don't respect yourself because you're a passive dude. You're a beta. I can say that because I'm an alpha. They don't disrespect me because I respect myself. They disrespect you because you disrespect yourself. You fat, you overweight, you stink, play video games all day. You ain't trying to run or jog, nor do you even try to look at the future. The only time you think about something is when you're hungry. Looking like a toxic hippo. Hell you think you are. You want women to come around and love you. You don't even love yourself, nor your bath water. The hell out of here. Y'all men got the game twisted, because you twisted. You need to understand how it operates now. If you're going to sign up for marriage, it should be done. That's why years ago, Mitzi, The time before, I told you before, men before now was real men. These men, y'all today are a bunch of dumb ass meatheads. Men were the men before this time. That's why divorce was narrow. And even if they were, I'm willing to voucher. I'm willing to voucher that if social media existed back in the 1940s, 50s, or 60s, like that, you know what? It wouldn't fly. You wanna know why? Because the whole society would shut it down, and men will do the same thing. They'll say, "No, what's this? No. What's this? She's wearing her panties out in public? Oh no, shame her. She'll be the witch in a strange hut on the outskirts of the city." But you betas raised up by single moms with, "Oh, I like what I see. Let's promote her. I'm gonna be the pimp." That's what you scary ass dudes do. That's what y'all do. Estranged species of another kind. Y'all promote it. Years ago, men didn't think like that. Marriage was good, divorce was narrow. And then now today, yeah, there's some influences, sure. We got a bad society. We got people who don't trust each other. There's a secret operation to distort family, children, and life. I get it. Yes. It's like that today. But years ago, there was some of that going on too. But men fought. Men had honor to themselves. They said, "You know what? I'm in it, and I'm in it to win it. If you're gonna take me, you're gonna take me with my life." You understand? That's how they thought about things. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm just tired. I can't lift up this brick. Let me go home, take the whole day off because I broke a fingernail. They're talking about me on social media. I didn't get my hair braided. I didn't put waves in my hair. I don't have the brand new Nikes and Reebok shoes, so I can't go to work today. I don't got my likes on my social media as a man, so they disrespecting me. So I'm not gonna work today. I'm not feeling good because I ate the bad donut. I was eating spaghetti since all day. I couldn't eat nothing else, so I'm sick now. I gotta go home. My wife is upset with me. She's yelling in my ear. I can't handle it because I am a man. Y'all allow anything to come to the door and it comes down the pipeline as a policy and a mandate, and y'all stay there and do nothing as fallen soldiers. Weak ass. And then you want to sit back and complain. Take your funny donut eating redundant zoo ass somewhere else where you belong. I'll put you in a different island. Not here amongst us men and kings. You don't belong over here. Take your blue pill and your redundant self somewhere else. Yes, the word again, redundant. Placard that on your forehead or on your so-called gold and silver teeth. But let me go there. I'm not gonna go there. The comments black stallion down. Oh, I'm a man. But look at my teeth. Oh, okay. Who are you convincing? Yourself or the world? Because if you was convincing yourself, why do you have it? Oh, because they can see it. Oh, I get it. Yes. Okay. And the Lambo outside, because I'm a man. See that Lambo? That means I'm a man. No, you're a joke. You're laughable. What makes a man is not how he portrays his image, it's who he is. Not walking around with a Superman shirt. Why you need a Superman shirt? To let people know you're Superman. No, I'm gonna stand there, my shirt's gonna be plain. You'll figure it out through my actions. Get in my face, watch yourself fly. I'll help you. Then you'll understand. Oh, okay, yeah, he's, don't mess with Morpheus, please. We'll put this, caution sign around, don't bother him. He don't talk, he do. Y'all flash, not do. Look at this gold chain. I'm a man. Oh, really? Nice. Let me take that from you while you stand there and cry. Go back home to your mom, suck on her nipples. Oh, take this gold chain. Because that's who you are, right? It's not your actions, it's what you portray on your body. You know what it's called? Stereotyping yourself. But yet you want to get mad with women walking around with their bathing suit on and their breasts hanging out, but yet you're a man trying to portray yourself as men with your vanity. Get the hell out of here. Take that wooden chair right there, sit your butt down and face the corner. You need time out. And take this comb that says dummy and put it on your head. You cannot judge the next person, talk about them, and you doing the same thing, Mr. Bozo with the red nose. If you want women to act like accordingly, like they need to or should, and you talk about how they dress and carry themselves, what the hell are you doing? Why you got the Rolex on? Why don't you just go get a regular watch? What is your problem? The Rolex ain't gonna save your life, nor is it gonna dodge bullets between your gold teeth. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your McLaren isn't going to be buried with you, nor your Lamborghini or your Koenigsegg or your Ferrari or your so-called Corvette. It's not going to portray the type of man you are. You are still a strange, non-advanced boy who think he's a man. If anything, if you want to prove that you're a man, you don't need all that stuff. Let them see you in action. Get a Chevy Silverado, get a simple shirt, pull your pants up, brush your hair, get a fade, act like you got some damn sense. Let them understand who you are, not what you got. Because women do that too. Oh, I'm walking around my breasts out, look at my hips, look at my butt. Ooh, look at my Instagram. This is what I do. Oh, they're trying to portray you as to what they got, and you talking about them as to what they got. What are you doing? Oh, this is my candy coated Cadillac. Ooh, look at my Camaro. Oh, I just got it wrapped yesterday. Look at it, and the souped up engine. I'm a dude, I am a man. I'm a man's man. No, sir, you are a clown and you're entertaining me. Nothing short of doing backflips and trying to do some juggling with your nonsense and foolish behavior. Take that and go back to Barnigan's circus and get tickets because we don't need it. Keep doing it. The only ticket you don't get is a fast track to the 6 feet underneath the ground for people trying to take you for your assets. Do I make myself clear? Now, getting back to the subject and put the closure on. Most times, the 30-year, the 25, the 15-year fails is because we don't try. We're lazy at thinking. We are meatheads and proud to be one. There should be no excuse. After about 10 years, my companions know it's done. You might as well forget it. All my cards are thrown in. They are the Shangri-La, period. Don't you forget it. There's no other girl. I can care less. They're invincible. It don't matter. We're done. We're gonna keep it. You might as well go ahead and just take the keys, throw it out of the car. We're gonna keep on rolling until this thing blows up. The hell with it all. But y'all, oh, it's gonna fix itself. Oh my God, I don't see the perceived future, even though everything is on the news. Even though all the tall tale signs, we haven't donkey dunked in what do you call that? In about 6 months. We haven't did anything for like 2 years. We don't even go out anymore. I don't even take her to Red Lobster no more. Our favorite television shows aren't as great as it used to be. Our anniversaries don't even feel like anniversaries. Like I'm sitting across the table from my sister. Well, what do you think, bozo? You did to yourself. And now you're miserable for the rest of your life, hating on men like myself, because I learned how to love myself past what you do for you. Because you're programmed and I'm not, and you don't like me. Because I decided not to limit myself. You got the story twisted, and you need to re-educate yourself on what a man is. Because last time I checked, a man isn't somebody who will illogically put himself in a compromised position. You are a failure to yourself. And you need to correct your path. 30 years. And then a divorce. No, I don't blame the woman, I blame you. 80% divorce rate by women. No, that's because you got 80% morons out there. I'll fleece you too for being stupid. I'll divorce your ass as well because you don't know yourself. I'll be on her side. Yeah, take this. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am. I'm behind you. I'll be the judge, just like the judge now. I'll be the judge too. Yeah, go ahead and take everything that he has because he's stupid. Because I gave him the MO 1,000 years ago. I warned him time and time again. I've showed him with every popular basketball player, football player, actor, creator, Every famous guy in existence, I have showed him on his dumb phone and on TV where everybody can see that this is what women do 80% of the time. And he still decided to get signed up and fleeced onto this marriage contract. So guess what? Let's go ahead and extend that fleece and take him for all he has because he wants to give it away anyway. And his children and his livelihood because he don't care about himself. Fallen soldiers most times fall because they want to fall. The weak is not honored. The strong who keeps pushing and understand that there is no sleep for the champions exist and they move forward. Weaklings pass away. The strong will exist. It's the battle of the fittest. If you are a weak man, sorry for your luck. Goodbye. You will not be missed. We don't need you here any damn way because you're in the way. We need people who's going to move this society in the future to something more positive, more manly, more right, and corrective based on logic, not on your feminized emotions, and you call yourself a man. Go have a seat. Chew on your tobacco somewhere else. Oh, that's not tobacco, that's chewing gum. Girly. In the hot dog stands on a baseball game, eating a hot dog. Where everybody can see, sticking this hot dog in your mouth horizontally, and you call yourself, no, hell no. I'll be looking at you like, dude, are you special? You want some cotton candy too? Oh, baby, come over here, sit next to me. You want me to go ahead and give you, here, suck on this sippy cup right here with the straw and do it real slow where everybody can see you do it. You're so manly with your ball cap on. Get that 5 years. Y'all men got it twisted. I like what women do to weak men because you deserve it. You don't want to man up? Go ahead. Be the sludge that you always want to be. And call it done. Don't complain when it's all finished. It don't make no sense. And it never will, because for idiots, they don't comprehend the algorithms of existence. And there is one. That is this lesson of the day, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of difficult not to hold back punches, but if somebody tells you 1,000 times the same thing 1,000 times, and you don't get the message 1,000 times, everybody experienced the same downfall 1,000 times, you are 1,000 times an idiot and a willing